So you need to be on page 235, also with your protractors. Okay. Got your protractor, Charlie? Okay. Okay. We are on page 235. 235. No, it's okay. You're okay. I know we need to probably have that. So today, guys, we're actually going to learn how to draw your own angle. So, make sure you have your protractor, and then both of you guys have page 235 ready to go. Okay. Charlie, you're good? Okay. So the way that we're going to draw the angle is the first thing we're going to do is, which I think for some of them, they've already given you a line, but that's our first thing is you need to draw a line. That's the first thing we have to do. Okay, so the protractor, which we know is going to use to construct angles or make an angle with the desired number of degrees. So here's our first step. You're going to use that straight edge, you know, the flat part of it, the bottom. That's the first thing we're going to use. You're going to have to draw. So you're going to, so if I was going to be starting from scratch, this is what I'm going to do. I will take my straight edge, the bottom part of my protractor, and I will draw a straight line. And I will mark my, what is my center, that middle line dot called, guys? The vertex. Good, it's my vertex. So that's going to be my center. And then what we need to do, you're going to align the vertex marker of the protractor, which is that center. You remember how we have that very center line? So if the protractor is like this, we have the center line that's like this. That part, that center line is going to go on our vertex. Now, the horizontal line, so use a point to mark the desired. So if I have my protractor like this, and remember we have that straight line that's like that. Charlie, you're good. You can go ahead and talk because there's just two of you right now. What's up, Charlie? Well, I'm just teaching you how to do this right now. We're not going over anything specific. Yeah. So you're going to take this part of the protractor, that straight line, and it's going to go on our vertex. So I'll take that there. And then remember, what straight above it, what is this degree? Do you remember? If it's a right angle, it's 90. Exactly. So if I want to draw an angle to say I want to make it 90 degrees, where is this line going to go? Straight up, right? Because this is going to be a 90-degree angle. Oh, good. Calvin's on. Hello, Calvin. I'm glad you are on. We are on page 235 on our math paper, and you need your protractor with you. So 235 and a protractor. So we're going to take that center line and put it right here. Now, if I want to make it to be 110 degrees, is my line going to go this way or this way? Is it going to make it a small angle or a big angle? Big angle, exactly. So what I would do is I would put my line, I would put my protractor, and then you're going to see where 110 degrees is. Mark that dot to where like the 110 on your protractor. Draw the line. And that's my 110. So that's all we're doing today. We're making angles. So this one's pretty simple, I think, because you'll get to draw your angle. So Calvin, do you see where we're at on page 235? Okay, go grab. Okay, so but do you have page 235 up, Calvin? Okay, perfect. So Calvin, what I was basically saying is we're going to learn how to draw an angle today. So we have this is my center. This is called my vertex. You take your protractor. So each of you hold your protractors up for me. Calvin, you don't have it with you? Where's it at? Okay, well, you'll have to make sure that you find it. Maybe after this, you can go ask Mark to see if you could borrow his, okay? So you're going to take that center portion. Okay, so do you guys see the very center where like the straight line is, or maybe there's a little dot? That's the line. Vlad, do you see yours? Let me see. Yes, perfect. That's exactly where you want to be. So Calvin, why don't you just sit and listen, and then when you find your protractor, you can go ahead and do this, okay? So you're going to take that center, the hollow part, and that's going to go over your vertex. Then, whatever degrees you want. So if I were to make 35 degrees, Charlie, is my angle going to be bigger than my 90, which would be up here, or smaller than my 90? If I went smaller, exactly. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's look at 1A. So Calvin, you'll just have to listen as we go through this, okay? And then Calvin, if you need to go back and look at the YouTube to watch it, to how we're doing this, you can look at the YouTube, okay? So what you need to do, so put that center hollow point on the vertex. And what degrees are we making this, guys? For 1A, what does it say we're drawing? 25. So put your center line. So put it in, it needs to match up to that line. So right now they have it like this. So put your center to this. And then 25, is that going to be less than 90 or bigger than 90? Less than, good. So find where your 25 would be and draw a little dot. And then connect it. And then that's going to be your 25 degrees. Well, did you see how we did that? Okay, so let me see. Hold your paper up to me. So put your, let me see. I want to see your paper with your thing. Okay, so take your protractor and put the center portion on this part right here. So make it line up to this line. And then do you see where 25 degrees is, like the 25 degree mark on this side over here somewhere, I think? So that's where you want to draw your little dot and then connect it, and that's how you make your angle. Got it? So Charlie, let me see yours. Hold yours up to me when you finish it, and then Vlada when you finish it. So Calvin, does that make sense what we're doing? You're taking your protractor and then making the angle. So let me see, Calvin, or Charlie, let me see. It does, Calvin? Okay, Charlie, let me see it. Hold it up a little. Perfect, Charlie, that's right. And Vlada, let me see yours. Good. So that's exactly, no, that's good. That's what you guys are going to do. Now, once you draw it, you need to make sure you put this little thing in between it. That's to mark that it's an angle. And then put 25 degrees in the center. And then make sure you mark, because you got to have your arrows. So that's what we're doing today, guys. Okay? So Calvin, when you find your protractor, you need to go back and do these on your math paper, okay? Okay, so go ahead and do B now. You're doing the same thing, except we're making it to be 130. So is that bigger than 90 or less than 90? It is bigger. So put your protractor on this line here, and then make it be, so your 130 is going to be pretty big. Go ahead, Calvin. Yes, quickly go get it. And then you guys can go ahead and do C, because C is 90 degrees, so it's going to be a right angle. So your C is just going to be up and down when you get that in. Let me see. Yes, get it in the camera. Yes, perfect. Very good job. And make sure the only thing is, Charlie, make sure you put 130 degrees in the middle. You got to make sure you mark the degrees. Vlada, did you get it? Let me see. Perfect. Very nicely done. Great. That's what you guys are doing. So that's when they go ahead and give you one part of your angle. So this next section, section 2, you're going to draw it all on your own. So basically, you can always start with a straight line, which I think is the easiest, instead of trying to make it all different sizes. So go ahead for 2A. Start a straight line. So go ahead and draw your vertex and a straight line. And then what degrees are we making 2A, guys? So do the same thing. Find it. Find where your 30 would be. Draw it. And there you go. It's pretty simple constructing angles, isn't it? I think constructing angles are probably the easiest of all of the angles. Let me see it. Remember, 30 is less than 90, so it's going to be a small one. Let me see, Charlie. Let's see. As long as it's 30 degrees, then yes, as long as you mark it to 30, that's perfect. That's what you're going to do. So go ahead and do B and C. Oh, let me see, Blotto. Let me see yours one more time. Good. So B is 150, so that's going to be bigger than 90. So make sure you make that's going to be, what is it? What is the angle called if it's bigger than 90? Who remembers? Obtuse, good. And then Blotto, what is it if it's less than 90? Acute, perfect, very good job. So go ahead and draw your obtuse angle, your 130, or 150, sorry, and then do your 75. Did you find it, Calvin? Okay. So then what I would probably do is see if Mark has one, because you'll need it for today's lesson, and then you'll need it for in a couple days. We'll be using a lot of protractors. So once you finish B and C, I can see your picture, guys, and let me see what it is. Let me see it. Okay, let me see, Charlie. Okay. So B is good and C, very good. Just make sure that you have your angle symbol and that you actually write your angle in there. Good. Okay, so now, Blotto, you're done? Let me see it. And then I'll move you guys on to section 3. 150. Perfect. Very nicely done. Very good job, guys. So today for section 3 now, you're going to measure the angle and then tell me if it's acute or obtuse. So this is where it gets a little difficult. So put your center line, your hollow point or the center line on the bottom one. So go ahead and match it up to the bottom. So we're going to have it going to be like this. So put your protractor on this line right here and then measure. Now, is that one less than 90 or bigger than 90? So it's going to be what, acute or obtuse? So you already know it's going to be acute, so write down acute, and then what degrees did you guys measure that to? What do you have? Not 55, 55 is too big. 50, exactly, 50 big. So that means you're just a little too big, Charlie. So 50 degrees is the correct answer. So for 3A, you're going to write 50 degrees and acute. So Charlie, it just probably means you're just a little too big. Good, so go ahead and now B, is that one bigger than 90 or less than 90? So it's going to be what kind then? It is obtuse. So when you get it, go ahead and tell me what you got. Perfect. Very good job, guys. 120. So Calvin, you might want to write these answers down so you have these on your paper so you know you have it the right way. And go ahead and do C just so I can make sure you're understanding. So even though C is like this, guys, measure it, take your protractor and measure its side, put it on the bottom right here. Make sure that it measures there. What did you? 60 is a little too big. What'd you get, Charlie? Okay, so this one's halfway between, so not 60, but 55. So C, so that one's a little smaller. So that one's going to be 55 degrees, which is going to mean acute or obtuse. Perfect. Very good job. Okay, so Calvin, you can go look. Calvin, come sit for a second, and then you can look, and then you can finish it in a second. So Calvin, make sure you have these written down on 3A and 3B right now, okay? And then you need to go back, and once you find your protractor, do section 1 and 2. So guys, what you're going to do right now, you're going to finish your math paper, and then, well, yeah, you've got some time to finish your math paper, and then you don't have to be back on for history class till 10:30. So you guys have about 15 minutes to finish up your classwork, okay? So you'll come on for history, and then we don't have, what'd you say? So that means you'll just have to, it's kind of like just in school. If you don't finish it during that classwork, you know, you come back to it and work on it when you have free time. That's what you're going to do. Remember, we don't have health class today, so you have 11 o'clock free, and then we'll do language, and then you'll have lunch. You have an hour for lunch, and then we'll have reading and spelling, and then you're done. Oh, so Charlie, language is at 11. You guys need to come back on at 10:30 though, okay? Vlada, what's your question? Yeah, 10:30. So Calvin, did you mark this down? Yes, you wrote it down, Calvin? Okay, good. So you guys need to finish your math paper. Calvin, what is your spelling work? What are you going to do? What's your spelling? Just the words, though. Remember, just the words. And then make sure you write Psalm 61, 1 through 2, 2 times. That's your penmanship. So you guys are working on math. So what time are you guys going to come back on for history? 10:30. Okay, any questions, guys? Okay, I'll see you at 10:30, okay? Okay, bye.